As you know, when we collect numerical informations, these numerical informations are said to be the data. When we collect the data and we represent in group on ungrouped table, that is known as the representation of statistical data. But if this data is represented by drawing bars, by representation of the histogram or frequency polygon, then this study which makes our statistics more interesting, that comes in our chapter which I am discussing with you, graphical representation of statistical data. Okay, so here in class 9th there are three types of representations possible. One of the representation is that drawing the bars, showing the information by drawing the bar graphs. In this chapter we will tell you, I will explain you how to draw the bar graph, how to make the histogram, what is the difference between bar graph and histogram, and what is a frequency polygon. Three things needs to be discussed. In order to explain you how to draw the bar graph, I am taking an example which you can read here with me. It is that the population of 4 major cities in India, population of students who are appearing or have been qualified for a prestigious any entrance test or some other thing. In India, in the particular year is given below. The cities are Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, 4 cities. Number of students who have qualified or have been cleared the prestigious exam, suppose it is of IAS, that is 200 from Delhi, 120 from Chennai, 150 from Mumbai and 100 from Kolkata. Question is, construct a bar graph to represent the above data. This data is given. We want to construct a bar graph. As and when we want to represent the data, we need a graph paper, because where we can show exactly something which is in the form of presentable. To represent this information in the graph, we need two axes. One, the horizontal line, x-axis, vertical one is the y-axis. Suppose this is the x-axis, or you can say the horizontal line. This is 0 origin and this one is the vertical line, y-axis. On the x-axis we always take the first information, and on the y-axis we always take the second information. There are two informations. First information is city. So on this I will take cities, and here on y-axis I will take number of students. Number of students are to be taken on y-axis. Now if I take one of the part of the graph having some width, let us suppose this is the width, particular width. This represent the first city Delhi. This is about Delhi. Then the next bar is for second city Chennai, this one. Third bar is for Mumbai at equal space and of equal breadth. And last bar is of the Kolkata. But number of students we can observe from the table is maximum 200. So I can take, suppose this is 50, this is 100. I can say on the equal distance it is 150 and next is the 200. 50, 100, 150 and this is 200. Delhi's bar is going to 200, so this is like this, 200. and this will go 200 and it will be represents Delhi. Second barrage of Chennai goes to 120. So this is somewhere 100, and exactly if I increase it for the ratio of the 20, so this will come out 120, and this is Chennai. This is the Chennai. Now after Chennai, the third bar is for Mumbai, it is 150. 150 is exactly here. So this bar of Mumbai will go till 150, and we will write here Mumbai. Now the fourth bar is for Kolkata, that is height of the Kolkata's bar will be 100 units. Reason being there are 100 students. So this is representing Kolkata. So this is the way for making the bars. Bars, if suppose bars are given, then some questions can be asked from the bar graph. If I ask you here a question, what is the difference of students between Delhi and Kolkata? In Delhi there are 200 and in Kolkata there are 100. So difference of students in Delhi and Kolkata is how much? 100. How many students are more in Mumbai in comparison of Chennai? Mumbai's bar is till 150, Chennai's bar is till 120. So in Mumbai, number of students, how many more? 30 students are more in comparison of Chennai. So we can ask you n number of questions if bar is given, or its reciprocal I did here. If table or informations are given, we can draw the bars. Always remember, we must maintain equal gap and equal width for the bars, so that a proper bar graph can be given. So bar graph is what? It is the way of presenting the statistical data. Statistical data when presented in some particular shape in figure, and if there is a gap equally spaced, then it is known as the bar graph. Through one of the example, I would like to explain you how to draw the bar graph. Is explain how to draw the histogram. Actually, the difference between a bar graph and histogram is there is a gap always between two bars of any bar graph. But in case of histogram, the bars of the histogram having a common edge, having the common boundary. These bars of histogram cannot be for the discontinuous data, always for the continuous data. So for drawing the histogram of this question I am taking, draw the histogram for the given data. There are some informations like class interval. Class intervals are, suppose 0 to 10, I am taking the marks scored by few students in a class. Suppose number of students who have scored marks between 0 and 10 is 7. 10 to 20 is 10. Marks scored between 20 to 30 is 12. 30 to 40 is 6. And 40 to 50 is what? 4. So to put it on the graph to construct the histogram, the same procedure. One, the line will be taken in the horizontal one like this, horizontal line, and another perpendicular line to it, the vertical. Mostly the horizontal line we call x-axis and vertical one is known as y-axis. After it, the class intervals or the marks or any information, the first information we always take on the x-axis. We are taking here class intervals on the x-axis or on the horizontal one. Frequency, the frequencies are to be taken on the y-axis. Here the intervals are equally spaced. We know that the size of classes is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, that is class size is 10. This point is 0. Then this is what? Suppose the gap of first to this after 10 small block is 10. Then after 10 small blocks it is 20. Then it is 30. Then it is 40. Then it is 50. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 are taken here. Maximum frequency is 12. So I can divide this y-axis particular portion in 12 parts. Suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. First is 0 to 10. 0 to 10, its frequency is 7. So this bar will be shown as like this. Second is 10 to 20 having frequency 10. So 10 to 20 having frequency 10. As I told you, that is, this is drawn for the, we draw the histogram for what? For those which are continuous or exclusive. Then we take 20 to 30, it goes till 12. So highest bar is of this, that is 20 to 30. This is 30. Now for the 30 to 40 it is 6. Height of the bar will be here, that is 6. You are finding everywhere one of the boundary of two adjacent bars is common. And next 40 to 50 is reaching till a height of the 4 because frequency is given 4. So this is the bar graph. These are the bars. But this figure where all bars are closed, having no gap, that's why this is known as the histogram. So we can draw the histogram of two or more. Suppose there are two sections. In first section, number of students between 0 and 10 is 7. Second section, it is 8. So on the same graph sheet, the two or more bars can also be drawn. Now I want to explain you one of the question where the class size, the size of classes is not equally spaced. That is, the class intervals are of uneven width. That is, in this case, what is the procedure to draw the histogram that is required to be noted? Understand first thing, see, draw the histogram for the marks of the students are given below. Here this table is given which is showing the marks scored by few students in any class for any test. Marks are 0 to 10. Number of students who are scoring 0 to 10 is 8. 10 to 30, number of students is 32. That is, you can see in the first interval gap is of 10. In the second interval gap is of 20. 30 to 45 gap is of 15. Number of such students coming in this group is 18. 45 to 50, here the gap is of 5. Class size is 5. Here the first class is differ by 10 units, second by 20, third by 15, next by 5, last class 50 to 60, and number of students falling in this group is again 6. That is, class size is here of 10. This is uneven class group. These are the uneven class groups. So for this, we have to decide the height of the rectangles, height of the bars, or you can say this frequency needs to be changed. And what so change we do, that is known as the adjusted frequency. So I want to tell you how to calculate the height of the bars in case when uneven intervals are given. First we will write, we will not disturb the intervals, that is the class intervals. Class intervals we have 0 to 10, 10 to 30, 30 to 45, 45 to 50 and 50 to 60. Actually these are the class intervals. Now after finding these class intervals, you can note their frequencies as it is whatsoever is given: 8, 32, then 18, then 10 and last one is 6. This was a horizontal table. Till now I have converted in the vertical one. Now in order to calculate the actual frequency, there is a formula. There is a formula which I will tell you. I am writing here. Here we calculate adjusted frequency. That is adjusted frequency. Formula for calculating the height of bar, or you call it adjusted frequency, I am writing here, that is adjusted frequency. This is calculate only in case when intervals are not equally spaced. Adjusted frequency is minimum class size. Formula is minimum class size upon actual class size upon actual class size into frequency. This is the formula for calculating the adjusted frequency. First, you have to observe which is the minimum class size. Here in first interval 0 to 10, class size is of 10. In the second interval 10 to 30, class size is of 20, because 10 to 30 comes after 20. Next is 30 to 45, class size is 15. In this 45 to 50, in this interval 45 to 50, the class size is of how much? 5. And in 50 to 60, class size is of 10. So minimum class size for the question is 5. Minimum class size is what? 5. So if I calculate the adjusted frequency for the first interval, it will be minimum class size 5 upon actual class size 10 into frequency 8. So this answer will come 4. 5 by 10 into 8. 5 to ja 10, 2 4 ja 8. For the second one, minimum class size will not change 5. Actual class size here in this interval is 20. Into class size is what? 32. That is equal to 5 4 ja 4 8 ja. So adjusted frequency become 8. Now minimum class size will not change 5. Upon actual class size here in third interval is 15. Multiplied by its frequency, that is 18. This comes as 6. In this case, minimum class size 5, actual class size 5 into 10 frequency, answer is 10. Minimum class size 5, actual class size here 10 into its frequency 6. This height of the bar or height of rectangle comes 3. So now we will draw the bars here. I will show you the bars here with the actual class intervals and adjusted frequency. How? One of the line vertical, one of the line horizontal, and then first I will take here 0, that is I will write in this line marks, and this is the number of students. Then 0, then it is 10, 20, then 30, 40, 50, 60. Because 0 to 10 interval having frequency 4. adjusted frequency will be taken. Now we do not have any relation with the frequencies. As and when unspaced, unequal intervals are given, then always calculate adjusted frequency and make the histogram for the class interval and corresponding adjusted frequency. Here maximum is 10, so I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First 0 to 10 is goes till 4. By mistake you should not do it 8. So the first interval is this. Next is 10 to 30. Its width is more and going till 8. So I will take its height till 8. It is 10 to 30. Then 30 to 45 is till 6. This is the 6 and this is 30 to 45. Between 40 and 50. 45 to 50 is 10. This is 45 here and this is 50. 45 and 50. This goes till highest peak point 10. This is 10. Then 50 to 60 is to be taken till 3. 50 to 60 is till 3. This is 50. This is 60. This is 50 to 60 and going till 3. Adjusted frequency is 3. Now I am taking an example where the datas are inclusive or discontinuous. Another name for the inclusive data is the discontinuous. If in such case you are required to produce the histogram. How? Draw a histogram for the given data. Class intervals and frequencies. Class interval 25 to 29, frequency 6. Now this 29 and this is not 29, this is 30. 30 to 34. That's why this kind of distribution is known as inclusive or discontinuous, because the bars are discontinuing. That is, intervals have been discontinued. That is, here 29, it is 30, 34, 35, 39, 40. When the upper limit of previous is not same as the lower limit of next, then it means that it is known as inclusive or that is discontinuous data. As I told you that as and when we draw the histogram, we have the common boundary. That is only possible in case when data is given to us which is continuous or exclusive. So ultimately, before to put this data in to draw the histogram, we need to make it change in the continuous or exclusive in place of discontinuous or inclusive. What is the way? I am telling you, you have to note it. Here you have to see that how many units gap is there in case of its discontinuity. Here it is discontinuity is between 29 and 30. So if you want to move from 29 to 30, the gap is of 1 unit. Here gap, or you can say order of discontinuity. Order of discontinuity is of 1 unit. This is going to be break for how many steps? 1 step everywhere. 29 to 30, 1 unit. 34 to 35, 1 unit. 39 to 40, the gap or discontinuities order is of 1 unit. Then we take half of those steps which have been taken for discontinuity. That is half of 1. Half of 1. That is 1 by 2, or you can say 0.5. The rule is, if you want to convert the inclusive or discontinuous data in exclusive or continuous data, first observe the steps or how many points are there for discontinuity, take its half and subtract from lower limit and add in upper limit of every interval. Here in first interval, this is, now I am converting it, class intervals. First interval is 25 to 29. Its lower limit is 25. I am telling you here order of discontinuity is 1. Its half is 0.5. So I need to subtract 0.5 from every lower limit and I need to add 0.5 in every upper limit. Here 25, so I will say it is 24.5. If I add in upper limit, it is 29.5. Here if I subtract in the lower limit, this is 29.5, and if I add, it is 34.5. If I subtract, it is 34.5. If I add, it is 39.5. Again if I subtract, it is 39.5, and here if I add, it is 44.5. Now the question is, in these class intervals, what is the method I am repeating you? First you observe that how the position of intervals is discontinued. Here everywhere 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit is discontinued. Take its half and subtract from every lower limit and add in every upper limit. Now you can see the data which was discontinuous or inclusive has been converted into continuous or exclusive, because 29.5 is not included here, it is excluded and will be continued in the next. There is no change in the frequencies 6, 8, 4, 2. How to draw its bar graph? Drawing of the bar graph is the same procedure, but one more thing is to be observed here, that here the lower limit of first interval is not 0. So we always take here a kink. We call it kink, which shows the 0 to 24.5, and we take here 24.5, then next is 29.5, then we take the next 34.5, then we take 39.5, then we take the next is 44.5. 24.5, 29.5, 34.5, 39.5, 44.5, highest value is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will not put any kink on y-axis. These are the class intervals, CI. These are the frequencies. First is 24 to 29. It is going till 6. So I can take it this rectangle. Second is till 8. So I can take it till here. Next is till 4. So I can take here. And frequency of the last is 2. So this is 2 is taken here. So we put the short kink only in case when the intervals are not started with which observation? 0. So this is the way to convert and represent the inclusive or discontinuous data to continuous or exclusive data and making their histogram.